today. If not, I'll do my best to cheer you up with some poetry. So, this poem is a short one, but this is probably like the most meaningful poem I've ever written in my life. I'll tell you guys the backstory about the poem. So, this poem is about my father's mother. When I was little, I always called her Grandmama. Um, Her name was Jacqueline May Pagado. Um, well, her real last name was Zerniak. She's from Polish descent in her family. But when she married my grandpapa, Frank Pagado, that was her last name, Pagado. Um, she was also involved a little bit with what my mom was going to name me, Peter. Um, Before my mom wanted to name me Spirit, um, she wanted to name me Clover Moon, and she also wanted to name me Harvest Moon. But Grandmama denied it, and she said that those names wouldn't really fit with who I would become. Um, Maybe I'll write a poem about Clover Moon sometime in the future. um, but then eventually my mom stuck with the name Peter, since she knew a Peter in her high school that looked super attractive and cool. And but besides that, my grandmama was a very nice family member. Um, she cared a lot about me, and she was always super nice to me. Um, my family always used to call her a tough cookie because that's what she was. Um, I remember when she had to get a kidney transplant when I was like 4 something years old. She survived that, and I also remember before she died, she had a stroke late at night, one in 2019. Um, she had to go to the hospital. Her stroke, the doctors fixed her stroke situation, but then they suddenly found out that she had an aneurysm behind her heart. And so they had to fly her to Texas to fix that. But then unfortunately, that was when she died. In April 6th, 2019. I was in denial. It just didn't sit with me until months later. Like I was, the stages of grieving I was going through. The stage of denial, stage of anger, stage of bargaining, stage of depression and acceptance. But the grieving wasn't really as strong for some reason. But one thing that I knew about Grandmama very well was that she was into butterflies. She had a butterfly-shaped lamp. She would sometimes go to butterfly pavilions, butterfly gardens, and see them there. And I really liked that she loved butterflies. She had like sculpture things made from metal, butterflies made out of metal, which was very nice. And I remember when after she died, I would always see a yellow butterfly flying around wherever me and my family went. And I would just always think about Grandmama. And my family would always say that that was her flying around us to make sure that we were okay. And this poem is basically about that. So, I recommend you listen to this poem before you sleep to get the best experience. This is also very good if you're meditating and if you're doing some stress relief exercises. Um, and if you fall asleep, by the time I finish this poem, I want to say goodnight to you. But this is a shorter poem, though, so I don't know if you'd fall asleep right away. So, anyway, the poem is titled Yellow May. There was a butterfly. Her name was Yellow May. As she flutters on by, her hope will always give way. From the best of times, she congratulates you. From the worst of times, she comforts and supports you. I've seen Yellow May. I see her everywhere I go. She keeps me at bay, fluttering by like so. Yellow May the butterfly, forever then will she flutter by. I I told you guys this was a very short poem. Um, this is one of my favorite poems I've ever written in my life, solely because it's based about a family member who passed away, and that their spirit is incarnated into something that's of the ordinary, a butterfly, a yellow one specifically. Um, so that was my poem. If you enjoyed it, give a like and subscribe to the channel. I would very much appreciate that. And hopefully we'll see each other again soon. Good night.